So last year, Element released this, the Knightwalker. It's a 1/10 scale, solid axle, and it was a collaboration with Knight Customs. It's got this like awesome PreRunner body on it. Now prior to the Knightwalker, we had the Knightrunner, which as you can see has got a similar body. It's not the same, but it has got that Toyota style about it. This one had the original IFS suspension on the front. Now due to some slight technical issues, I didn't get this for months after it was released, so I never really got round to reviewing it, but it is up to the usual Element standards, and recently I did manage to get it out on the rocks, and as I expected, it performed just like the Elements do as well. It's a really nice crawler, plenty of control with that newer Fly Sky electronics, and it just works. And then more recently, within the last month maybe, this has been released. It's called the Zool. It's got the newer IFS 2 suspension on it, and it's got trailing arms. Again, a very nice crawler from Element, and well, it performs the same as they all do. But I think somewhere along the line, someone at Element lost the plot a little bit. You've got this awesome PreRunner body. The only thing I don't like about this is it's got clear windows and no interior. You can get from Knight Customs, and I have got it and I downloaded it. You can 3D print an interior and dash. My print bed is not big enough to do the interior, so I didn't do it in the end. I think I printed a steering wheel and a couple of little bits, and that was it. You can also print some inner fenders or inner arches. Anyway, where were we? Yes, I think they kind of got confused somewhere. Wide arched PreRunner body, solid axle at the front, solid axle at the rear. This is an FJ40 style, which are generally used for off-roading and stuff like that. And it's got independent suspension at the front and trailing arms at the rear. That's not right, is it? This style of PreRunner will have independent front suspension and trailing arms, and that's what we're doing. Guys, I'm an idiot. We know. So turns out that it's not someone at Element that's lost the plot. It's me not knowing what I'm talking about. So IFS, trailing arms on a PreRunner like it should have been. I shared a picture of this sliding around the workshop floor on Facebook, and I said correcting Element's mistake, and someone from Element posted this picture up. Yeah, I'm the know-it-all and I'm wrong. Anyway, let's carry on. In this video, we're going to make it right. We're going to make this into a proper PreRunner, and we're going to use this chassis as the base, because I haven't looked properly, but I'm pretty sure all these Element chassis are very similar. It'd just be a case of swapping the bumper and some maybe other bits and pieces. I have already done one thing. If we're building a proper one, we need it a little bit faster than stock. So I've already put a brushless motor in with a brushless ESC, and I've upgraded the servo. So neatly tucked in there is a Castle Sidewinder 4. That is paired up to a 5.5 turn, I think it's 6,000 kV brushless motor. The gearing in there is stock, so it's geared quite low. If we run this 3S, it should give us wheel speed, and we still should have a little bit of control, just a little bit. We're not going to be doing any rock crawling on it, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of low down control. And then we got a faster high voltage servo in there, and that's because, well, I killed the stock servo when I last took this thing out. Kind of worked it quite hard, and yeah, well, it was a bit noisy. So I've definitely killed the servo today. I've had some fun though. So the electronics are all done, so all we need to do now really is swap some bits over so that this body fits. And I'm also going to try and find an interior, and I will probably tint these side windows as well, just to make it look a little bit cooler. So as you can see, the front was on, that was really easy, and the mounts line up as normal. It sits correctly there as well, the wheels line up. The rear though, the rear is probably going to be a little bit more tricky, because you can see on the back of the original one, the mounts are actually incorporated in the shock mount, whereas on the Zool, they're separate and they're at the back here. But the shock mounts are part of this frame here, that also connects down to the chassis. So I need to have a little think about this. I was hoping I could just put these mounts on the back here because they sit further back, but I think there's a bit of an overlap with that one. Well, you know how the saying goes, if you can't fix it with duct tape, you can fix it with a Dremel. I don't know if that is a saying. If it's not, well, it is now. And there we go. The body should now fit. What? Right, we put it in the wrong hole. Not the first time. I guess it turns out you don't need a Dremel. Right, so we got this thing sitting pretty good now, but we've still got a little bit of droop in there. So hopefully when it's on the old rough stuff, it should look quite good. Now, wheels. I think I'm going to stick with the stock ones. I think that gold looks really good on the red. I did have a look through my stock of wheels, but I think these ones are going to work. They're 4.19s as well, so a little bit smaller than your standard crawler wheels. And of course, it matches the one on the back. Now, next job is interior. I'm going to put some tint on the windows. I'm going to almost completely black out the rear ones. I'll put a slightly less on these front ones, and I think I'll leave the front completely clean. And I found this interior, which is for an FTX. And we got a little driver in there. And I kind of lined it up, and I think it's going to work. So let's get an interior in. And then we're going to go and see how fast it is, and then take it for a little rip. How much better does that look? We got a driver, we got an interior, we got tinted windows, and more importantly, we got IFS and trailing arms. It's got a good stance to it now. I'm hoping the back dips down and the front lifts like that, and that's gonna look really cool. Just finished it off with some LEDs in the front there as well. I don't know if it's a combination between the ESC and the motor, but I don't know if you can hear it. It's got a really nice whine to it. Anyway, it slides so well. I've already had a play of it to test it, but that's just 2S at the moment. Gonna go and speed run it in a second, then we'll try it 2S and we're gonna try it 3S. The only thing that's really letting it down is the locked axles. It'd be really good if there was an option to have some open diffs on there. That'd make it a lot better. But anyway, how fast is it? Right, speed run. Let's do 2S first. I'm quite confident I can just do this just outside my workshop, because I don't reckon we need much space at all. It's geared so low. That's it, full throttle straight away on 2S. I don't even know whether that's in double figures. Plenty of punch. Whoa, was that double? Oh yeah, okay, 11, right, stick a 3S in it. Right, here we go, 3S. Oh, bit more punch now. Still don't think it's going to be crazy fast. Oh, that's better though, it's definitely better. Off-road, that is going to be plenty of speed. Yeah, that's got loads more speed now. Definitely for off-road. Whoa. Ah. No, stop it. Definitely not to be used on road. I didn't want to lose that low down control with that gearing, so that is perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, let's go give it a rip. Oh, hang on, we didn't see how fast it went. 17, not bad. Doesn't seem fast, but once we take this off-road, that's going to be plenty. There we go. This is the surface. Let's see how long it lasts. So like I said, it'd be way better if we could open up them diffs. Just handle a little bit better. I mean, it's handling all right, it's sliding a bit, but it is going to traction roll with them locked diffs. Oh man, this thing's awesome. That suspension's really nice. It's just floating over all these rocks. I think any faster would be too much. Oh, definitely need to be careful on that throttle. I suppose we're doing a bit of a durability of this as well, and it's, well, holding up really well. You can really like slide it. And even with all that extra power, even more RPMs, it's still got some really good low down control. Uh-oh, I think we broke it. What good fun that was. Unfortunately, I lost an outdrive, so yeah. So now it's 3-wheel drive. By the time I'd noticed, I'd walked away and, well, I spent about 10 minutes looking and I couldn't find it. This thing looks so cool. Wasn't the perfect surface for it. It's a little bit too many stones and stuff. On a nice dirt surface, this thing will slide around really well. I'm going to put this on the shelf and keep my fingers crossed that there's a way to get open diffs in this. I could probably put a different rear axle on it to sort that out, but you need them in the front. And if I can do that in the future, I'm definitely gearing this up and taking it to like a BMX track or something, because it actually took quite a beating. The bottom armour just popped off, it didn't actually break. So this will be really fun on like a proper dirt track. So I've given it a quick clean. I'm gonna put it on the shelf, gonna keep my fingers crossed that at some point I can get some open diffs in it, and then I'm gonna go and, well, have some more fun.